Hey, it's Biddy Penny. Welcome to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well. We're going to make some cards today. It's been a little bit, hasn't it? I'm just thinking about this sheet load. I'm thinking about making a sheet load with y'all this morning. I need to see if the size will work. I'm just going to test this random piece of paper and some stamps. So let's do this. Let's get it going. I'm running a little bit late, but my goodness, it is wonderful to be here again. I'm not quite back on schedule. I mean, in fact, today's Thursday, so probably no one was expecting me on today. But I missed you guys, and I finally had a moment, had the time, had the energy to be here. So here I am. Happy Thursday to everyone. I hope you guys have been doing well, like really well. I would love to know that you're doing great. Hello, Miss Kim. I missed you too. Hi, Natasha. Hey, Jennifer. Hi, Vicki. Hi, Sharon. Woohoo! Ice day. So that means a craft day, right? Yeah, I'm back. I don't know exactly, like I hope to be fully back on schedule next week, but honestly, you guys, my schedule could still change again. It's just an uncertain time. So, okay. I know I had maybe dogged this kit a little hard. I was not all that excited about it, but I am going to use it because I'm a girl on a mission, and I think these stamps and images are going to work for me after all. So this is the Unity Stamps January kit. Now I have seen the February kit and I'm so excited. But yeah, we're going to use this not for Valentine's, but for encouragement cards. I don't think I'm going to use any of the sentiments other than potentially you are loved. That's potentially the only one for this one. But those sentiments are great and could use them later. Okay, and I think I'm going to use this sheet load. What I wanted to do is, if you didn't know it, the sheet load, this is typically an A2 card. And on the front page of the sheet load, you have the actual size of an A2 card. So you can take things and size it up, or as you're making your cards, you can see, am I on the right track? Did I cut things right? Am I doing this right? See, so this is an A2 card base, and that is what this is. So right now I'm going to use the convenience of this, and I'm going to size my stamps up, and I'm going to see. My stamp is a little large. See? So this is how handy it is. And these are the stamps I want to use. I think this one will work though. Ooh, that one's perfect. So we're just gonna make it, this sheet load yields 6 cards. I will make 6 with this stamp. So you guys, I'm not ready yet. This is not an official announcement, but I found a place that needs a lot of love and a lot of cards. And I don't do card drives like all that often at all, because it's a lot of work, but there is a place in need, and I'm gonna fill that place with handmade cards, because every time I went there, all I could think was, this place needs so much light and love. It's one of the, just a sad, difficult place, and they need it. So I will be announcing it soon. I am going to start making my cards for it now. I'm not ready yet because I've got too many personal things going on to manage a card drive. But just know, for all those who like to make cards for donation, I'm about to call on you to send me some cards. Now, the parameters are going to be pretty tight on this one, as far as what you can do, the kind of cards that you can make. But it's still going to be fun, and they're definitely needed. Okay? Ah, shucks. Well, whatever. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Got 6 card bases. Looks like ours is going to be top folding. These are all I have. By the way, top folding or side folding, it really doesn't matter. You know, you can make a top folding card or a side folding card. That doesn't really matter. But I'll go ahead. Here's what I don't like about top folding, just to be completely honest. Sometimes they don't stand up very well. This one's proving me wrong. But sometimes they kind of bow and slide, whereas a side folding kind of always stands up pretty well. But this one's going to be top folding because of the orientation of our stamp. Because our people need to be standing up like that. Okay? All right, so let me get some paper out and we are going to start cutting. I have lots of things to tell you guys. We've got some catching up to do, don't we? All right, what am I supposed to be using here? 12 by 12? I've got 12 by 12. Maybe we'll just use some of this. I'm grabbing whatever's closest to me. We're not going to deliberate and deal with any of that. Ooh, let's use this real tranquil blue. I think this will be nice with the, this will be really nice with this gray card base. I don't have my paper trimmer in here, you guys. Good morning, Jill Pounds. Jennifer, I need to email you, and I will. Okay, so listen, let me tell y'all something real quick. My paper pads were supposed to be here last week. They didn't show up. I was very busy, but I emailed them, and they were like, oh, yeah, we couldn't open your files, and they emailed me once. I am in the midst of a lot going on, didn't see their email, and so my paper's not here. So yeah, but it'll be coming. Hopefully it'll be here next week. I'm trying to follow directions, but I'm already thinking that I'm off. Like, what is that for? Hold on, I've got to figure this out. I got to figure out. I'm going to do this. You know me, I got to go my own way here. Okay, so I'm going to cut these down to 4. I need to manage to get 6 backgrounds here out of this paper. But the new paper is on its way. So Jennifer, I haven't sent your package off to you yet, the one that came back, because I'm gonna pop. I'm sure you're gonna want one of these new paper pads. So I figured, why deal with double postage? So I haven't forgotten about you. I'm just over here plotting for you. Hey there, Dana, and hi, Diane. So good to see y'all. Okay, so we've got backgrounds for A2 cards. Yippee. Oh yeah, that's going to be a really nice background. Okay, cool, cool. And now I need my centerpieces, which I'm going to cut out a white cardstock because we're going to stamp on those. And I'm just going to use some like Paper Studio white cardstock. And how many pieces? Probably 2. I don't know. I don't know until I start cutting, but I think I'll probably need 2. You guys, did y'all know Joann's is closing? Joann's is my favorite big box store for card making. So I'm bummed. Like real bummed about that. I don't go there that often, I have to admit. But if I want paper crafting stuff, I go to Joann's. I think they have the best selection. They carry the most, the things I'm looking for the most and most interested in usually. Just make sure, see, I use this, especially if I'm making an A2 card. When I'm making cards for donation, I always make A2. I can just get more quickly. So my donation cards are pretty much always A2. Oh, I only need 1 sheet of paper. Cool. Will this one be 2.75? Bam. Sure is. Yeah, I definitely only need 1 sheet of paper. But yeah, Joann's is closing. Oh, Vicky. What a sweetheart. Oh, sorry. Sorry I'm breaking your no buy for you. But you're not going to buy it. He's going to buy it for you. Say, don't buy me flowers for Valentine's. Skip the flowers. Buy me some paper flowers. There's going to be flowers in it. You know it. Okay, so we've got those parts. Now, let's get some matting color here. I think this blue would be really nice on here. Yeah, that'll be nice. Let's do that. SheetLoads are so awesome, aren't they, guys? They're just so amazing. I love me a SheetLoad of cards. Back to my trimmer. Look at me. I still know how to make cards. Hey, John. Is it too early for you, buddy? It's so early. What is Bitty Penny thinking? Well, I have to get up before everybody else, John. The only thing is my dog followed me in here this morning, and I already had to have a talk with her. Like, look. I know you suddenly think that I had quit live streaming at 5 a.m., but it's not true. Okay, now let's do the last thing I'm gonna do is stamping. And we will have made 6 cards in a flash, you guys. Just like that. I'm going to use my, if I can find it, Memento Tuxedo Black ink. would be my preference anyways. If I can't find it, which it looks as though I cannot, I have to tell y'all a story. Then we're gonna go with a blue. I might have a craft lunch too. Let's see. Chip Sapphire. Kind of wanted more of a dusty blue than a bright blue. Faded jeans is what I was thinking. So let's use some faded jeans. Hi, Paige. Good morning. I love me a sheetload of cards too. Okay, so, well, it's technically 6 a.m. here. I used to always get up at 5. These days I come in here about 5:30 instead. I sleep in a little because I get to, last year my daughter was in elementary school, so I had to leave earlier. So I had to come in at 5 and leave by 6 sharp. This year my daughter is in middle school. So I can come in at 5:30 and leave at 6:30. Look at that. Isn't it lovely? It's so humid here today. I'm wondering if this will ever dry. But this is kind of where we're headed. All right. It's 3 a.m., Kim. Oh, bless your heart. You are so sweet and so supportive and so crazy. I love it, though. I mean it in the most fond and kind way. I'm crazy about paper crafting, too, obviously. Just looking for my ink. Oh, I took it with me. Okay, so that's the story to tell. So a couple of weeks ago, my friend Deidre reached out to me. And y'all may know Deidre. She hangs out here with us in our lives sometimes, but I'm too early for her. But she's a local. She came to our class a couple of years ago and I met her in person, and we've been meeting to get together and craft ever since. And she loves Rebecca Hoot. She introduced me to Rebecca Hoot, Hoot. Rebecca is on Instagram. She also has a YouTube channel, and she teaches classes in person. Like really fun, wonderful classes. And I might have to put up my BRB sign, go get what I made at my class and tell you more, because it is wonderful. And then I could like get my ink and get my crafty bag that I had packed and taken with me. So a couple of weeks ago, Deidre reached out to me and she's like, hey, Rebecca's doing a meet and greet and a crafty hangout at a coffee shop in Georgetown. Georgetown, Texas is like one town up from me. And I was like, I'll be there. So I RSVP'd, and then, you know, emergencies happened, things happened, and the day of rolled around and I was kind of knee deep in a whole bunch of things. But honestly, I needed a break. I needed a break of thinking about everything and being in a crisis situation for so long. I needed a break. So I took a little nap and I woke up and I was like, I'm going. I'm going to go. I'm going to go do this thing. And so I did it. I went. I was like, I'm not going to be a flake. I want to be there. I just, you know, it's hard when you're in a place like that. So I went. I followed through and went and had such a wonderful time. It was an adorable bookstore that had also a cafe in it. Kind of reminded me, definitely the vibes of like Central Perk from Friends, you know, it's kind of that kind of vibe. But we sat and we crafted and we chatted, and it was just exactly what I needed. I didn't have to think about my problems. I didn't have to think. I finally gave my brain a break. You know, when you're in the midst of something and you just can't think about anything else, it enabled me to do that. So it was just perfect. It was exactly what I needed. And I got to meet some new crafters and have a good time. So, yeah, that was really nice. But see, I have all my stuff still packed up in my go bag, which would be my memento ink, some stamps, my paper trimmer, and then all of my ephemera. So I'm kind of hobbling along here without that stuff. All right, I did say, and maybe I'll use it. Let's see if I use this stamp. Let's see. I had a couple of extra. Where did I put them? They're right here. Okay, let's take a look at this real quick. Fort Greely. Thanks, Paige. You know, it is important. I was in a place where I could. You know, sometimes when you have things going on and you've done everything that you can do, there is a point where you have to, I think, equalize a little. Like if you've done everything that you can possibly do, it is important to take a step back and balance things out a little. You know, as a mom, you feel kind of like, well, I should speak for myself. I feel selfish sometimes. It's another reason I craft here so early in the morning. It's because I don't feel selfish, because I started crafting with y'all at 5 a.m. because no one else was awake during that time. And I felt like, great, this is a way to engage with my friends, hang out with my crafty friends. It doesn't take away from my family because they're all sleeping. And, you know, best of both worlds. Because it used to be that when I used to do all the pre-recorded stuff, I would spend a whole Saturday just working in my craft room on my videos and editing and voiceovers, and it took a lot more time, to be honest. I used to work like 20 hours a week just on 2 or 3 videos, and it's been such a relief not having to do that anymore. Plus, I get to build a relationship with you guys. We built relationships through the recorded videos by y'all guys leaving comments and me responding. But I got to where I was getting many more views and so many more comments that got a little hard as well to respond to everybody. I think there's a lot of value in seeing someone craft in real time and seeing how long it actually takes to make a project, and, you know, to see when things go sideways and don't go as planned and you have to make adjustments. I think there's just value in all of that as well. I need 2 more of these. Obviously, I think you guys get it and feel the same way because you're here. Let's see. I don't know if this scrap is big enough. And I think this scrap is the same size. Not quite big enough. Let me grab a different scrap. I got scraps. Thank you, Angie. It's good to be here. Really, really good to be here. It's a blessing and a gift. Maybe something I've taken for granted in the past. I don't know about y'all's 2025, but it's a wild year. We're 1 month in, and it's a wild one. A really difficult one here in our family. And not just under my roof, but in our extended family too. I sat next to a girl at the Rebecca's meetup and crafting thing who had had even a more challenging year than me. And I was like, oh gosh. So that's how 2025 is coming in. Okay. All right, last two, and then we're just going to be gluing some cards together. So think about, you guys, we're going to be making encouragement cards, and I'm not ready yet to tell you too much, but I'll tell you we're going to have to keep them pretty simple. Like, we won't be able to put any embellishments. They're going to a hospital. And so we won't be able to put like lace or trim or enamel dots or glitter. They have a lot of restrictions as far as what we can put on the cards. And honestly, we probably won't even do very many sentiments. But I'm telling you, this is a place that needs them. So it will still be fun to make them because there is a real need for them. Okay, so let's put these together. I'm in here sweating, y'all. I think it's a hot flash. Vicki, I'm hot and flashy. Let's see. Yeah, I think this is where we're headed. Oh my goodness, I don't even have my glue, y'all. I was not ready. I think I left this one with the plug out for too long the other day. Yeah, I can't use this glue. Hold on, y'all. That's just going to be like sheer torture for me. I want my other glue bottle. I'll BRB. Okay, I'm back. All righty. Got my glue. And let me show you what I made at Rebecca's little craft along meetup. This is a bookmark. And well, if I can hold it, hold on to it. All right, here we go. She draws these adorable little girls. She illustrates her. They're just these little fairies and girls, and they're so adorable. And you know, as soon as I saw this one, it was hard to pick until I saw the bucket of dreams and stars, and y'all know. This was my favorite. I had to have it, and I loved her yellow hair and yellow all throughout, yellow and pink. I just had to have it. And so she already had these laminated and with the eyelet, and then she had the string tied on, but we just sat there and beaded the tops of these. She brought the most adorable charms. I got a teddy bear and a pig and a cup of coffee because we were meeting for coffee, and a key, and just like really cutesy. Look at the little cherub. Y'all know I love cherubs. And yellow flower, just really, really cute. So a fabulous bookmark was the Make and Take. Let me flip it back over at Rebecca's thing. It was so much fun, you guys. I had told Sparkleheart she could come with me, and she didn't. She's like, no, I'm good. And then I came home with that, and she's like, oh man. Okay. See, gotta go with me next time. All right, so I'm gonna do all of this at once. What time is it? Yeah, we got this. We've got this. So I'm gonna take this in steps, the kind of mass making steps. You can't afford new feet, John, but you wash them. Well, that's good. I don't know what the whole front part of that conversation looks like. Right? Yeah. I like lives too. I often watch without commenting because I'll have a lot going on. But it is most fun when I get to engage with everyone. Another thing is I'll jump in the comments section and then I'll get pulled away. And I still have it on and I'm listening, but I'm not seeing all the comments, which is kind of probably bad etiquette. I probably have bad etiquette. I've got to go back and watch Beth. Happy Place Crafting was live yesterday, and I usually watch her on Wednesdays at 5 Central. She and her daughter go on, and her daughter helps moderate her chat, and she crafts, and I was working. Been not only not crafting, but I've not been working either. So I'm finally back to work on a pretty normal schedule, and I've got a lot of makeup to do. I mean, I spent a day just going through emails. Okay. Now, we'll glue these. The other thing about these donation cards is I don't think we're going to be able to use foam tape. I'm telling you, the restrictions are pretty significant. But if you just like making cards, I mean, you don't have to use foam tape. You don't have to use all the bells and whistles. And for some people, they're going to be like, yeah, cool. I don't anyways. But for others, like me, it's like, oh no. But, you know, it's just the joy of simple card making. I can put this here, there, anywhere. I was going to put it over here, and I should have got something right there. That's all right. But this is our cards today. Okay. Hi, Esther. Hi, Beth. I was just talking about you. Oh, you're one of my favorite people too. And I know you're saying the chat is like some of your favorite people. And I love them too. They are my favorite people too. I have missed being here with you all. That's for sure. But you know, when you miss something, it makes you appreciate it even more. You know, stepping away. It would have been much more sad if I had stepped away and been like, I'm not going to do that anymore, or I'm going to change things up. I just had to be gone for a little bit, but I missed it. Definitely not changing it up or stepping away from it. I always tell my team that I manage at work that, you know, we don't live in a vacuum. Things happen, and, you know, we have to take care of our family. And I always encourage my team that way when they need to step away when something comes up. Don't worry. I know we don't, you know, live in a vacuum of work, and, you know, we have real lives and real things going on. So just take care of those things. And now it's my turn, and I have to take my own advice. We're about done with 6 cards, you guys. And a flash. I'm going to put this over here again. So this is the February 2025 sheet load of cards from Call Me Crafty Owl. For anybody who's curious, this is a free printable that you can get. I will leave the information in the description box when this video is over. You may have seen my sheet load this month, which was really different, and I was using it with my printer proofs for my upcoming paper pads. But I knew I'd revisit this because this is just like simple card making, but it's so beautiful, so effective. I've been so busy that honestly, I haven't been able to see the playlist yet. I haven't been able to see my other teammates and what they made this month, and I can't wait to catch up on that. But there is a whole team of people that Alicia, which is Call Me Crafty Owl, she has a whole collaboration team, and everyone makes a sheet load and shares it every month. And we have a playlist, so you can just click on that playlist and it plays every video in order, so you don't have to do anything. And I tell you what, I really struggle with hops. I've always struggled with hops. I get lost. I don't know who's next. So the playlist to me is where it's at. I just click on the playlist and it's all taken care of for me. I get to see everyone's video. I don't have to stress about hopping to the next person. It just makes it enjoyable for me. Hops used to be a little stressful for me. So anyways, there's a playlist. You click on it, it plays all the videos. So you can see what everyone's made. But I was really excited about this sheet load because it's just simple card making. And simple card making can be a very joyous thing. Like here we are, we just made 6 cards in a flash. Aren't they awesome? I love them. I love the tranquility of these cards. The soft blue, everything about them. Let's go ahead and finish off the inside. So these were my scraps. This from the 12 by 12 and this from the 8.5 by 11. I'm going to go ahead and take these. So I had 3 of these. I'm going to cut them in half and I'm going to put them on the insides of these cards. Also, for cards like this, where maybe my base is not super thick, that's okay. I like to add a card, what I call a card insert. This measures 4 by 5.25. And so now the front is super thick. I mean, like super thick, it's got layers. The back is super flimsy. So earlier in the live, I was saying I don't love top folding because sometimes if your front's really sturdy and your back's kind of flimsy, they'll bow and they'll slip and things happen. So I don't like, and this is a personal thing. Not everybody's like me or thinks like this. I don't like that the back is super flimsy and the back and the front is super sturdy. So what I've always liked to do, even if my card base is white, is I like to come in and add an insert. And it equalizes the weight of the paper, which makes me happy. That is like a really probably weird thing, but it's just the way that I think. Oh, you cut the middle out, Angie? That's a great idea. Ever, I don't do it because of the time. Like, but it is a great way to stretch your paper and use more of your paper. But I never do that just because of the sheer amount of time. Okay, so this is, let's see how large this is. This is like 1.5, so we'll do 3/4 of an inch. There we go. Me and my cute little trimmer. So cute. I love it for little jobs like this. Okay. Yeah, it's not going to stretch all the way across, but I'm not concerned about that. It'll be just fine. It'll just add a touch of color to the inside. So one now is completely done. Let's grab the other. Oh, you do the same thing, Paige? Oh, good. I'm not completely nuts. I mean, not that that disqualifies me from being completely nuts, but I have been doing this since the beginning of my card making. I don't know. It was something like I was using thinner paper for my card bases back then. And I would buy this paper and go to Kinko's. I'd take a whole ream with me back in those days, and I'd have them cut it down. And I loved it because when I had them cut it down, I would get 4 of these card inserts per sheet of 8.5 by 11. Plus, I would get a little strip and I would make them save those for me. And they will do that. If you tell them you want the scraps from whatever they cut for you, they will save them for you. But when they would do that for me, I would get, and I still have some, I would get this scrap. And it was so perfect for my sentiments. And so I used to love to just take in a ream of paper and have them cut it down for me and have these card inserts. But not only did I use these for card inserts, I also used them for my card fronts. So when I first started card making, I found for myself, because I didn't use sketches back then, that I liked to work off. First, I like to have a border, just at least a thin border around. And so I found that I like to build my cards on what I called a card front and then put that on my paper. And I've worked like that since the beginning of my card making too, because I'll never forget, I was following someone's tutorial on YouTube and I was trying to color a stamped image and I was doing it on my card base, and you can imagine all the ink bled through to the inside of my card base, and then that's when I was like, oh no, I'm never doing that again. So I started working on card fronts, and that way I could stamp and color on these and then glue them to my card base and not worry about it, you know, bleeding through the card base. All the little learning things that we all had to learn when we started card making, and maybe some people are just getting started. So Be patient with yourself. Be graceful and with yourself, because there's a lot to learn. I will tell you that I've never been more happy to be a card maker than when I see a place in need of ministry, because I consider my card making a ministry, and that's what started me on card making, was so I can make cards for our church. Um, and so I've always considered it an active ministry, and that's why I always donate every year. And I'm telling you, it makes me so proud to be a card maker, because there's so much good that ripples out from this hobby. It feels good to make the cards. It's a joy, right? And then I get to share with you guys, and we get to have crafty friends and relationships and inspiration, and we get to have joy from it, sharing this hobby together. Then I give the cards away, and whoever gets them, it's a blessing to them that they get a card, and then they fill it out, and they give it away and bless somebody else. I mean, it just ripples out so many times, and it just makes me proud to have this as a hobby, because I know it's a hobby that blesses people. And to me, that is just such a beautiful thing. Very proud to be a card maker, and very happy to do it, because we make these little paper gems that go out and bless the world, however far that is. Okay, we did it, you guys. We did it. Lala's here. Cordelia, hi. Hi, Susan. So good to see all of y'all. There are our cards for today. We got 6 SheetLoad of cards here. Aren't they lovely? I loved the SheetLoad this month. It is just perfect. I know, it's so simple, and to me that makes it perfect. I mean, I think Alicia always makes the SheetLoad really approachable and great for all card making levels. Here, this is what we're using, a SheetLoad of cards. But yeah, I just loved it this month. Here are, in case you missed it, here are the first set of cards I made. And these, I didn't even measure. I mean, I was just using my paper pads, and they look glossy, and that's because they're on printer proofs, you guys. That's not, my paper is not glossy like that. But my paper will be here soon. I just loved that it was just simple design for the SheetLoad this month, and I thought it just lent itself to so many things. So with these, I used patterned paper for my centerpieces. Today we stamped the centerpieces. So you know, it's a good one. It's a really good one. It is so good to be with you guys again. Paige says, it feels great to be able to share your craft with someone who will really enjoy and might really need some kindness in their lives. Yep. I love donating cards and spreading kindness with them. Me too, Paige. That's why I even started this hobby. And I just plan on never losing sight of that. No worries, Cordelia. Don't even worry about it. We made a SheetLoad, and so mission accomplished. I'm glad I got to see you and say hello and good morning. I hope you have a good day at work. In case you're wondering what I stamped in, it was faded jeans, by the way. That is this blue. So you guys, thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for coming back and spending time with me. I will try to have some more videos out. I know they have been collage and that might not be your thing, but I've been finishing up giving you guys the passport journal, and I realized I got out of order. I still have to, I put out number 6 and you really need, I think, 4 and 5. So more of the passport is coming, but we're almost done with it. And then there will be other types of videos. So this month I had already decided, because my paper pads that are coming out next week are very different than anything I've done before. Um, I had already decided this month was going to be simple card making, so we're going to stick to it. We're going to do a lot of just simple card making this month, and I thought the sheet load fit perfectly in that. Like Alicia and I were on the same vibe there. So, anyways, I guess this is installment 1 of just joyful card making. It has been a blessing to see all of y'all here this morning. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. We will be back and crafting together again soon, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. We will see. But I will try to get back on a regular schedule because I sure did miss you guys. All right. Love y'all. I hope you have a really beautiful day. If you're going through things, stay strong and give grace and mercy as much as you can to yourself and others. All right. I'll see all of y'all later. Bye, everyone.